What's up, BrokeAss Nation? Today, we are finally going to be working on my 240SX, or S13 hatch to be more accurate. We're basically going to be doing a stock, because it's mostly stock, to drift car build, or street drift car, if you will, because it still will be driven on the road. It's not going to be full-blown drift car. But as you can see, I already started, and this is actually my second recording of an intro, because after getting into some of this back here, I've realized I kind of want to do some more stuff than what I originally wanted to. So I wanted to redo this and go over my new updated list of things I'm going to do. So yeah, I don't know how many part series this might be. It's going to at least probably be 2 or 3 though. So I guess let's get into it. Alright, so we'll just start here at the front and kind of work our way back on this list. So, first thing up here, this header is going to go bye-bye. It's a 4-to-1 header, no name brand that I could see. It served its purpose, but I just I don't like it, especially with how close it is to that steering shaft, and I had to beat the shit out of it just to get it like as good as it is. So that's going to get changed with that ISR one over there. We're also going to be putting a 300ZX brake master cylinder on here. As far as up here, we might relocate the battery to the back. I'm not sure. We got to see funding on that. You know, that's least of my worries, because right now it's not in the way yet. So like I said, we are going to be doing a 300ZX Master. So, with that being said, we have some 300ZX front brake calipers. Of course, one of them says Nissan and one of them doesn't. What can you do with remanufactured stuff? So, yeah, like I said, we're going to change these front calipers to the bigger ones. We are going to be doing a slotted and drilled rotor with that. We have new lower control arms we're going to put on. They're just going to be factory. We've got ISR front. I don't remember what that bar is called. Torsion rod, maybe? I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, this one right here. They're adjustable. It's Pro Series from ISR. We are also going to be doing a new rack and pinion on this, because this sucker leaks like a bitch. We are also going to be putting new coilovers on, because, yeah. These have been on at this moment in time for like 4 months maybe, and this thing's barely been driven, and they're that rusted already. So, yeah. Cheapest set of coilovers. Yep, that's for sure. You know, that's really the biggest thing I have about them, because I had to adjust them after it was rusted that bad, and let me tell you, that is a bitch. So, you know, cheap is cheap. You can tell. So anyway, you know, drift car build. So, up front here, to get our angle, GK Tech, we're going to be doing these bolt-on angle kits. They're basically supposed to relocate. If you can see, where the tie rod and the ball joint positioning is. So yeah, it is supposed to allow you to have about 60 degrees of steering angle, and I did a little show of the steering angle currently. I will have that as a comparison after we get all this stuff on. I've also got some rebuild kits for the rear calipers. I guess I can start moving back that way. So on the back here, oh, I already got most of this side apart. Let me take you on over to the side that's not apart yet. All right. So on the back here, I've decided I'm just going to rebuild the calipers that are on this. They both work, so why not? I'll just clean them up real good, paint them, rebuild them, make sure they're good to go. I don't want to go with the 300ZX rear brakes because, to be honest, it's more of a pain in the ass because you have to deal with the e-brake, and it's annoying from everything I've seen. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot more control arms and stuff back here. So we'll start with this one. This rear lower control arm is going to get replaced by a Godspeed adjustable one. This arm up here, I'm sorry, I don't remember the names of some of these suckers. Like, they're really annoying. There's so many of them. But these two right here are getting replaced by ISR Pro Series adjustables. Same thing with that one is getting replaced by an ISR Pro Series. I have new, well, they're not new, but they are freshly rebuilt, basically, knuckles. They're going to have polyurethane bushings in them. So something I noticed as I was taking this side apart is I can't get that hub and wheel bearing out of there, and I'm afraid by the time I do, I'm gonna ruin it. So we're gonna go with a 5-lug swap because it's cheaper to buy the 5-lug swap than what it is to actually buy the wheel bearings themselves. Yep. So I also will put slotted drilled rotors back here. So coming to this side that's, you know, all open and you can see more of, she's a little crunchy. Like, not like crunchy, but like she's in need of attention. So this is part of some more of the shit that I didn't want to do, but now I feel like I have to. So I'm going to drop this rear cradle out after I get the rear end out. I'm going to drop the rear cradle, and I am going to completely, like, quote-unquote, like, rust-proof it the best I can, anyway. And I'm going to install solid subframe bushings from GK Tech. They're also supposed to lift this, like, make this sunk in a little bit more. I guess that helps with center of gravity on like lowered vehicles, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I've just, after being under here, there's a lot of like a little bit of a lot of more rust, if that makes any sense. So yeah, so we're gonna end up probably dropping a gas tank out, and I'm gonna just coat this entire thing the best I can. Any little spot that looks like it's starting to rust is going to get completely coated in like Pour 15 and everything. Yeah, we're gonna do our best to make sure this doesn't get any worse. While I was under there, the fuel lines are pretty so we're gonna replace those. Yay, more fun. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of work. Inside, we're not really doing much in here other than just ripping everything out. Yeah, basically gonna gut it, and then I'm gonna end up putting a harness bar back here because I will put a 5-point harness in. I would like to find a seat mount that mounts this a little bit lower, because it sits pretty high, especially for my height, and then trying to wear a helmet on top of that. So yeah, but yeah, that's kind of the update here of the list, if you will. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Gonna be a lot of work. I don't know how in detailed I'm gonna get with everything. Yeah, I probably won't get super detailed with everything, but you guys are gonna be along for the journey, so yeah, stick around. This is kind of where we're at right now. I've got everything cleared except for that stupid, I don't remember if that's the trailing arm or what. I can't get that sucker out. So I'm gonna leave that soak in some PB a little bit longer. I was able to get the axle out, all the other arms, just clearing the way, you know. Next, I'm gonna end up doing the same thing to the other side, and then probably dropping the rear end out. This is a real pain in the ass because all this stuff is rusty. If you can't tell, like, look at all that rust on the floor. The other thing is I took the exhaust off. Good old ISR blast pipes. I'm also having some problems getting this wheel bearing to come out. It doesn't want to come out of that, because I have different knuckles to put in it, and all I need is that wheel bearing and hub, and I can't get the sucker to come out. So I guess we'll see what happens on that one too. Alright guys, look at that. Everything's gone. Honestly, it wasn't too hard. Everything came out pretty decent. There's my rear subframe. So yeah. So I haven't completely got these bushings out. The sleeve is still in them. But I will say the easiest way to get to this point, at least, is literally just burn them. I heated them up a shitload, and I ended up taking my pry bar, and I got in there, like, first I stuck it in the sleeve, and I just kind of worked it around like this, back and forth. Then I shoved that out. Then I got this and kind of scraped in on the side and just worked my way all the way down, and just kept doing this until it popped. And I would do that on the other side, same thing, and then you could just kind of work your way on the outside and push it straight on out. Honestly, got them all out pretty quick. I mean, heating them up, so it took the longest. So to finish this off, I'm going to end up getting the Sawzall and cutting a slit in each one of these so I can get them out. That was the easiest way that I seen online. But I have no good Sawzall blades right now, so that'll be a different day. But honestly, the biggest pain in the ass for all of this was for one, getting the drive shaft out because I'm stupid and I apparently didn't understand exactly how the drive shaft was in there because there's so many sections of that drive shaft. Yeah. That took me forever. The other thing was trying to get this thing supported properly before we took the subframe out. Now, this is kind of a personal problem just because my floor is a little uneven, apparently, or like pretty uneven actually. So it was really hard to get it to set on 4 jack stands. It kept wanting to set on one of these 2 in the back and then not on the other one, and I did not like that. So yeah, but so far no broken bolts. Like all of these bolts are getting replaced because a lot of this is just rusty crap. But there is also the diff. Yep. Now, I'm really confused when it comes to the diff because when I was looking up diff bushings, it was talking about like the S13 only has 2 and the S14 has different ones, I guess. The rear ends are a little different. But I'm confused because I don't have bushings. Like, I don't know if you can see down in there. That's not a bushing. That's just diff. Like, and this is clearly not bushings either. Like, I'm confused. So, I mean, I feel like this is better. Maybe this diff isn't as good, though. That I'm not sure of. But I also got to see, like, I feel like it might leak somewhere on this axle, maybe. I'm not too sure yet. We'll have to see what she looks like when I crack her open. But yeah, this thing's gonna get welded up. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. We'll see.